What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is the return of Persona 5. It's been a while, I think. Never played this game, never played any Personas, but I've discovered it here on this channel by the music. This is Persona 5 Scramble, or Strikers. Singularity. This is actually a song I never even heard about. I've had a lot of requests in the comment sections, and it's actually Persona is one of my biggest requested games. But this is the only request for Singularity, so I've never even heard of it. And one thing I found interesting is, I don't know how accurate this is, but it says music by Goda Masuoka? Don't know. This is requested by Dominique. This was randomly drawn, so congrats. Let's go. It's always fun to hear more Persona, but I'm very curious on this one because it's not popular and supposedly a different composer. I don't know, whatever. Singularity, Persona 5S. I'm trying to remember the last time I even heard Persona 5. I don't remember. 6 minutes, so we can hang out for a bit. Whoa. This is different. Wow. Violin lead. This is bizarre. I think it looped. Talk about a build-up. This does it very well. First it goes low, then it goes high. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the chords change here. It gets descending. Just keeps going down. Ooh. During this quiet section, there's a lot of cascading left and right. That's so good. The little rest into the violin apex. Whew. Those are some emotional strings, man. Okay. All right. That was the first time? My voice cracked. I think I've heard Persona go that dark. Pretty sure. I've been listening to Persona now about a year on this channel. Different games, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I think most that I've done is 5, I'm pretty sure. So that was totally different. Maybe that was the new composer. I don't know what happened. But either way, it sounded totally different. When I think of 5, I think of really funky, like almost breakbeat type tracks. I think of Lynn. I think of, you know, just good times. That sounded like bad times. That was, that sounded very personal. So when I say dark, I mean, it sounds like mental darkness. And then the name, Singularity, sounds kind of, you know, like isolation. And this sounds like it's attached to someone personally. Or an event. But to me, the first thing I thought of was like, this is like some turmoil internally to someone. You know, it's very in my own type of head type of sound. Wow. You know, for a while I kept thinking, I'm like, is this Persona? Not that I've heard much. I think I've heard maybe less than 5 songs out of the whole series, but it reminded me of Shin Megami Tensei. And the only reason I think that is because I know it's like the sister game, or the precursor game to this. But when I think of... I guess if I were to think of something like dark sounding, it feels like it would belong over there. Because that's like the antithesis to Persona to me, is SMT. But that's with my little knowledge. This sounded completely unique. Not even just to P5, but just like to Persona. It sounded like a different game to me. Also, violin. I don't think I've heard violin in Persona yet. And if I have, it was definitely not a lead like that. This one was kind of bathed in it. You know, had the slow one, kind of building you up, and then they went into this whole, lead instrument. So that was new as well. I think, pretty sure. Either way, it makes me think. I'm like, is this why it's not as popular? Because it's not the vibes that people associate Persona with. Is it too dark? Is it, what is it? Which in turn intrigues me more. I don't know if that makes me a hipster or not, but I'm more intrigued that it's not way up there. It doesn't have 1,000 requests. I never even heard about it until I picked it. Like I picked a number from the draw, and it was like, okay, it's Persona 5 Singularity. I'm like, what the hell's that? There's a lot of experimentation here, right? We had guitars, by the way. Not that there's no guitars in Persona, but that was like the darkest I've heard of them, where there's just like power chords in the background. Just kind of like electronic. And, really dark chords. Everything's descending, sad. Like I said, everything just sounded overly emotional and really just not good. This is like not a good time while this is playing type of thing. They were also playing with different, like I said, they were kind of going back and forth with right and left channel. When it was like slow and it was like a little piano part, it went from right to left, I believe. So there was just like a lot of little cool audio things going on, but I couldn't overall help think, whoa violin, whoa darkness, whoa what is this, and whoa different composer. Like it was very just whoa. I think of Persona, I think, all right, let's jam type of thing. Let's dance. There was no dancing there. That was concerned face and which is great, because if you have a one-trick pony, and this goes for anything in life, it's gonna get stale. For example, I've used this analogy before, and it's a dumb one, but I just came up with it one day, and it works. But the expression I use is it's like pizza, right? I think everybody likes pizza, pretty sure. It's a lot of people's favorite food even, and it's incredible. Who doesn't like pizza? Cold, hot, whatever. But if you ate pizza every day, probably despise pizza. And you probably don't even want to go back and revisit it for a long time. So what I'm saying is variety is the spice of life. Like for me, as a music, aficionado, whatever you want to call it, I'm seeking out variety and different palettes within the same artistry. So for me, this opened up a whole new world of Persona now. Where, as before 10 minutes ago, I would kind of put it into this certain section. I'm now going to question that. Now I really don't know. So think about that for a second, where a year ago, I didn't even know what this game was. I still don't, by the way. But I never heard of it. Never heard of music. And then I've been doing it consistently throughout the year. And I've grown to love the soundtrack and, praise it just like everybody else. Like, oh, Persona music. But this is like a rebirth here. So that's something I wasn't expecting to. Either way, it has to be an outlier, right? Or this is just as common, and I've only been getting. That's totally possible as well. Think about it like I've only heard all the really cool stuff, all the bangers right away. Well, now I'm gonna start getting into all the other stuff, the walking around stuff, the not popular stuff, and to me, I'm not gonna lie, that's more exciting. Nothing wrong with really popular, cool songs, boss battles, whatever, standout tracks, but what about the other tracks that are in there that also took time to create and probably had the composer sitting at their keyboard waiting to, they all take love and care. This was cool and different and weird and dark and completely under the radar. Yes, it's Persona. Yes, it's a popular game series. But you have to remember, I get hundreds of comments. Listen to this, listen to that, listen to this, blah, blah, blah. And no one has mentioned Singularity. As far as I know, that is just not a name I've seen. Anyways, I'm ranting, but that was cool and different. And I like that. But I need to know more context here. Why is it so dark sounding? Does the violin have to do anything with what's going on? What's up? Is it Shoji Meguro or... I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting to hit play. I was gonna pull out my glasses, look, they're right here. I was ready to just, you know, put them on and just kind of jam out. And I feel like a identity crisis just happened. This excites me a lot for what's to come. I can't believe I'm saying that a year later, but what's to come in Persona music. Now that the popular ones are out of the way, obviously not all of them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this to me in VGM are what are the highlights to me, the outliers. So I wasn't expecting an outlier in Persona. This is exciting. I feel like I can like something twice. That's kind of what's happening here. I already liked Persona, but now it's like, ooh, oh, okay. So thank you, Dominique. And yeah, look forward to more Persona, I guess. Who knew? But in a different way now. I'm very curious. What else is out there? Especially 5 too. Anyways, okay. Whew. All right. Thanks to everyone. You know, whatever, all that good stuff. No, but really, thanks to all the VGM lovers that understand what I'm trying to say. With, you know, like there's beauty in all these songs and not just the ones that everybody wants. You know, I like VGM because it's VGM. It's cool. It's art. It's just audio art. And this is what it's all about for me. For me, this is what it's all about. These kind of songs. A lot of my favorite songs are the ones that are just, what is that? You know what I mean? So, anyways, dope. Really, really dope. Singularity from P5. Now one of my top 10 Persona songs that I've heard, for sure. Easy. Wasn't expecting that today. But then I don't know what to expect anymore. I gotta stop saying that, because every single time on any video that I play could literally be life-changing. I don't know. Okay, enough. Thank you, Dominique. Thank you to the Persona fans that are watching this and all the VGM lovers. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters that you see here, especially my platinum ones: Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Kalinin, Gardeline, Mushimari, Justin, Nox, and S-Flot. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. This has been The Auditorium. I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.